Okay, I'm sorry I contacted you wrongly. Uh, I have a strong negative pull. Well, I don't even want to say that. I have I have a problems that I can't maintain because fugue and declarative memory problem. So, but I am sorry I contacted you wrongly. I was just hooping and hollering, and I can stop hooping and hollering. I cannot do that again. Uh, Maybe I just don't. Uh, I haven't heard specific information that uh, gets uh, that that I can interpret as correct social guidance, and uh, uh, I don't want to do anything negative, but I will be honest with working that stuff out because that's what I've heard. And it seems like it seems like for me, if I always tend or be tending that uh I don't know, maybe I don't get the whelmed uh part of me, but I have people in public being overtly negative that draws me back to just overwhelmed 24/7. I don't know if it's like I can say it's a bad way of communicating, or obviously it's an improper way of communicating. I assume communicating at a certain point is like I'll go into something that makes me in a mode to react, and that reaction has put me in just bad places with people, man. Um, and it probably should. Um, not in a personal sphere, but it would get there because of the social sphere. Um, but that has happened, and I have no guidance for what that is. But I can stop what I'm doing. I would like to take in better reflection at a point where I can just feel comfortable socializing around someone I haven't met. But I guess when there's a focal point on a lot of things that I don't, uh, there's just focus on getting across communication. When communicating, it's all one focus that puts me at a point where the basic navigation of things hasn't changed, and I don't know how it affects me, but socially I can uh, uh, think I'm in a different headspace than I am, but I could go back and get rid of something or stop, because it's important to hear stop for me, because it builds uh, a type it builds restraint for me. It personally, it draws me back to a better place. I know that that's sort of crumbling in more than one way. I don't know if I can say way there, but way, more than one way. And it's, I've done this time and time again because of being autistic. And I wish that hadn't happened to me. But assuming something and having someone run with it is such a terrible way to make me feel. And it sets me apart. It puts me on a different path. And I guess I don't want people to, you know, even I was different at a point and had the deep-seated issues thing. I need to work. It's like saying I need to work through personal things that have happened to me in new ways, and with people doing what they do, I need to discover almost elements of assault that happen to me. And I don't know. I guess that's sort of the mix of the sense that I get this, cue to act out or yell or something like that, because I don't have a bodily impression, and when I see the impression, I run with it. And anything declarative that is tied up in that sphere, sort of, I have to ascribe it to a point where I don't know, why am I alone? Why do I do this to myself, Why do I, turn and forget all things that are centered around one thing? I'd like to say I can work on that with, good observations about self for discovery internally, and that can be a friend. But for me as a male, I think I need to find it okay to be around people. And I say, in words, I need to learn to re-socialize. But I've personally moved on from things that give me joy or give me a sense of engagement, like games, like other things. And it's causing outside stress to come in. And I didn't intend to plan that for people. That's my intention when I act out, is just to communicate that I can see with my eye a physical frame or a physical sphere that I've acted out on, and when I reach out to do that, there's no one to explain it to. I personally, over the declarative functionality, miss expressing it with people, and it's not that I miss something. It's that I miss myself internally finding something in my day that my mind moves in observation and doesn't notice. Because there's no feature sometimes to that. And without underlying intonation, I hit a sharp pivot or a moment where I go through long hours of inexpression. So I don't know what to tie in because I lack the observations that I can find self in, or even a visual frame or a physical sensation. And that is me now. And I can't just work on something that is eating me internally. I don't know. I guess it's, bugs and, having like a like deep internal issue that I do. I hope they fix it so I can be a different person around people. And if I need to, dedicate something without it being lost, and if I can do that, and I can find places to build, I'll be in a different world. And I think people take, I don't know. It's like looking at something and being autistic in a way internally that I don't want someone to be just like me. I understand. I just don't want that to happen to people over just, something that's already happening. And I don't know, I'd say it, but is it correct? Is it the right path? Is it me? I'm saying it, I don't think out of validation. I'm more saying it out of awareness for me without letting without calculating a response to the decisions that have happened with no expression that I can work with. So those are elements, or those are faculties that I aspire. And even though I strengthen myself in that, I may not get some kind of inverse attentional, cognitive or life continuity, maybe I don't have the right word to say that to you. But in that gateway, or in that logic of interpretation, the open scape of what is helpful, I need to reduce on something that is so simple to do that I reach a point where my brain won't do it, and it reminds me of more stuff that's just upsetting to go through. I don't like to break social contracts over people giving me pure antipathy, or giving me antipathy that is obtrusive to navigation, specifically for some kind of social way that they feel. In the past, I've said things that gravitate to senses with those, and it had impression, and I could see some observation, based on impression and other that, but it still left a sense that something is wrong with people. And people, have mounted that horse again and again and again. And it's not that I've heard some right answers without breaking ground, because it's not me, and I don't understand why. I guess I'm viewed as having a pathetic feature or aspect that damns me to have people create indignation, or a cycle that completes itself with more violence. I can't really, give you those structural or facial impressions that anything's new in feeling that something is bad. I'm just told, well, it's like saying something's bad, but it's like almost like what I give out has no inborn sense. And it's like, well, why doesn't it create more psychopathy? Why is the deficit automatically schizophrenic? And I will go back and delete things that I renege on myself and say, no, I really don't think, contacting or saying something to that person is correct. So that's why I benefit from hearing something that is normal as a ballast to find with people, to try and search with people. And a lot of people are searchy beings, man. A lot of people look to climb within searching. And that's so normal. It's so normal to do. And I've been dragged so far from it. So I don't know where I stand today around with the observation that people would help me. And it's havoc. It sucks. It's havoc with, some kind of torment, and it sucks. It's weird because I can only give myself the illusion that there's daily improvement while adding tasks that I may not improve on but can still do. And I'm disabled. I thought to myself today, someone might not think I'm disabled. But to me, that's a disability. Along with other things that are going on and happening to me. And I don't mean to gravitate towards a mental rotation that I can cycle back around to that is precisely what I've been told where that is, or basically that there's lines in perspective that I have not taken it. So I do welcome help, and I hope I don't damage it with my frustration when people tell me that no, then there's more to that. I'm trying to be as self as possible, but when I can't understand all those transitive things that people do, and it's not that I couldn't, it's just how I understand it in self to have movement to me, so that I can see it later, so that when I think about it, it doesn't feel so bad. So that's been going on a lot with Laws of Sensation as well. So yeah, I'm gonna put that out there, I think.